Hi guys, and welcome to your bi-weeklies that will be November 1st to November 15th. And as you can see, I was very lucky to be a part of this private moment between my furry two fellows. And I decided to kind of let it play in the background while I shamelessly pitch in my yearly annual Horoscopes that will be pre-issued on December 4th for these guys who actually have pre-orders, and the price currently is $19.95 for the individual scope. So meaning if you just need one sign, just go on my site www.cattarot.ca and order just your sign, and you're going to get it around the 4th of December. If you want all the signs, currently the price is $39.95. The same story by about the 4th of December. I believe that's the end of the first week in December. And the price is actually switching, I think, in about a month time to a different price. So, I mean, I really want to honor you guys who are ordering this earlier. So if you want to order, just go to www.cattarot.ca/pre-order, and you can just put it there and just wait for this to actually come to play in your hands. So thank you very much. And if you want to see the entire tape of these two furballs enjoying kind of like moments for Halloween, just like wait for the end of the video. Okay, thank you, love you. Hi Taurus, you are the next in the monthlies. So since the monthlies takes so much energy from me, I'm interrupting them with bi-weekly, so hence you're the first. So the cards have been pre-shuffled. Whoa, lucky you, the bottom of the deck, the world. So when this card comes out, it's always a good sign, even when it's negative. Negative is not necessarily the greatest place to be, because it tells me that you really don't have trust in yourself to move forward. But I think actually, oh no, look at that, the deck is shuffled upright and reversed. In the upper situation, it's like, hey, job well done, you guys are keep moving forward. And this is kind of probably music to your ears, that you have also Page of Pentacles over here. So it's going to be some kind of like building or rebuilding. So, wow, and we're starting with you guys, the Hierophant. In this deck, which is, by the way, Everyday Witch deck, if anybody is interested, it's my special Halloween deck. It, of course, has cats, not to mention over here. This is like cats, hats, and transportation methods. So here, Hierophant usually talks about rules and talks about what teachings we want to follow. And it's generally about what society wants us to believe in and what society wants us to follow. In this case, I really like in this deck that is showing a yoga teacher. So it's not always strict and this kind of guy in this religious, funny long robe and a funny hat. Here, just, you know, people who just, you know, don't go kind of crazy kind of things, and they're still kind of willing to find their own path and how they actually continue through their life. But this is saying, look, I'm not going to kind of like be a path blazer. I'm going to join something that works for me. Something that works for me already exists out there, so let me look for it, right? And it is you, and it's like really in the core of that reading, so it's kind of like really good. And then you have Knight of Pentacles, which kind of like here you had Page of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is some kind of test. You'll be a subject to some kind of test. It's good. It's kind of like how you process your money, how you move forward with money, because look at him, he's really charging ahead. Pentacles generally are slow, but this one is the fastest pentacle, so just take it, right? So coming to yourself, kind of like putting things, and I guess maybe it could be pre-Christmas shopping for, you know, this whole craze that is going to happen after the Halloween. The season opens, the door breaks loose, and we are going to be really, really inundated. So maybe you're going to do the proper planning on that end. Now you have in the base King of Swords. Now, King of Swords is not necessarily a guy you want to kind of like lie down on the shoulder, or a person who he's like really warm and fuzzy. In fact, if anything, that's the kind of person with a little bit of prickly personality, kind of like you go, kind of scratch your head, like, did you really get what I said? Kind of like, you know, just imagine a person that basically says everything you do, but just devoid of emotion. It just like looks kind of weird, right? But needless to say, it is somebody who is really fair. It is somebody who is really into learning and books. And in this deck, this King of Swords is laying his sword down, meaning like, okay, let's not fight. Let's see what we can do about it. And sometimes it's really good to be cool-headed and kind of like approach problems from that manner. We're going to see why is he showing up. In your past, wow, you have lots of people. What is this? Are you forming some kind of kingdom? King of Wands. Now, guys, both of these fellows could be somebody that you met. It could be somebody you're dealing with that also can be a part of your personality. They're very different. One is very enthusiastic. One is very clinical, right? This guy is going to be super good surgeon because he's going to check everything that can go wrong and going to make sure that you are well taken care of. Every single stone will get unturned. This guy is going to be great if, let's say, the city is burning. He's going to be able, with the personality, to organize the charge. Let's get together. You go there, you go there. Energy, right? Completely different thing, but they're like both very effective in very different things. So this could mean that maybe you, lucky guys, have a choice between 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4 people. This also could mean gathering of the family, given that the Hierophant in the center. So this is telling me you're in the center of some kind of a hub over here. Oh my gosh, more people. Page of Wands. You guys need to invite us to the party. Page of Wands, again, like with King of Wands, this could be actually even 2 families kind of coming together of some kind. I don't know, it could be one of those, what they call that, merged families, etc. Because for some of you, kids are on your mind, or how to move forward, but in a sort of like very enthusiastic way. There is certainly something that is finishing and something else is opening up in a good way, almost like anticipation of that. So the mystery card, that's going to be the future. So let's see. The 4 of Pentacles would be emotions. So some of you are really concerned, and that kind of like would probably speak about these other 2 Pentacle guys is like, oh my God, how much can I spend? So I think some of you will be setting up your budgets and setting up what you can do, what you're free to do it, and kind of like see, you know, that the money doesn't leak out as it leaks in his case. This sometimes is a warning that some of you are a little bit, how to say, that you kind of maybe build your own walls, as you can say. It's almost like a prison-like kind of state. And it's actually not so much that he's in a prison, but he's kind of like almost thinking that he can actually hold this on by sitting on it, right? So this little window, the cracked window, is saying, wait a minute, guys, the exit is there. You need to take a breather. You kind of like need to open it up and see kind of like how this works. So let's see your environment. 7 of Cups. It is nice. It's going to be dream time. What do I want? And you see, this is kind of conflict. What do I want and what can I afford? So it could be, given that I see the money spending or being concerned about the budget or being concerned about money, maybe some of you will be buying things, even big ticket things like houses. But I would say not so much houses, it's more like computers, it's more like electronic things, right? Or maybe even kind of like some kind of like fun packages such as gym memberships. That kind of like would be sort of thinking around here. So let's see hopes and fears. Seven of Pentacles. My gosh, you have sevens. Are you guys even caring? Looks like you have a lots of hustle and bustle this month, but it doesn't look to me that you actually really care to really couple up this month. Because this says, look, it's very similar. Look at how many pentacles you have. So certainly this is going to be financially charged 2 weeks, not so much the month, but 2 weeks for sure, where you're going to kind of reassess what you have so far, like where you stand and where to go. This card in particular, especially because now we have 2 sevens, is telling me that there is some kind of crossroads, which kind of this card also means there's something finished and kind of like we are entering the new phase. And this is a trajectory. Wow. Now we have the king and there is his queen. So for some of you, there is somebody that is currently in the past that you kind of like still have the thoughts about or feelings about. There is like connection there, but it looks like that you guys are not together. Maybe somebody got in between the two of you, because the King of Swords can be a fellow, but it can be the law. It can be certain things couldn't work out, so hence logically things couldn't work out. Sometimes, for example, the distance, this can be just as simple as distance, could be as complex as divorce, right? So let me just compare this with this card. Wow. Now I have these two guys. There is going to be a discovery, I guess, this month. You guys want to know the truth, and this is, I guess, why this is coming out. There seems to be something about maybe some rules, maybe rules that you kind of believed in. Maybe you thought these rules will work out, but you don't necessarily feel that others are on the same page. And maybe this communication, and that you might communicate this out, might feel a bit, let's say, harsh. But Knight of Swords is always somebody who clears the air. It is not necessarily your element. But as I'm saying, I see a lot. However, I only see this in cups. And this is not even you. This is in the environment. So this is really not something that you are engaging yourself emotionally. It's even in this couplehood, if these are the thoughts about somebody else, this is still not kind of like, how to explain it? I really don't see that you really want to go with this person unless you speak your own truth. And the Hierophant would talk about that. This is kind of like this Zen-like feeling. Well, how do I feel about it? What do I want about it? So since this Hierophant is the crucial card, I just like really want to confirm what this is here. Hierophant. Friend. Let me get one more. We'll clarify the Hierophant for Taurus, because of course it is you. Conversation. Conversation with a friend. Is there somebody in your life? Because this is, I guess, that test. Something in your life is being tested. It sounds to me that maybe you're not on the same page with someone, right? And that you will try to approach it in actually normal, sort of like pragmatic way, with conversation, with kind of friendly approach. But you're willing to go to the next step to kind of like really demand the answers if things don't go, you know, in a direction that you feel the answers are given. And let's see this World card here that we also see. What is this World here? Somebody could be a long distance, guys, for you. You see, like kind of like coming to kind of say goodbye to someone. Otherwise, you'll be standing with a rose there. It's over the seas, possibly, right? But it's also kind of neat for some of you to kind of feel the firm ground. Keep in mind that also the world, right, the earth is also earth kind of card. So this month, honestly, there is someone, but I don't think there is someone who is active here. It could be that with somebody that even though you think about him, even though you're passionate about something that has happened with them, for some of you could be also a child that is involved. And maybe some of you are going through divorce or wondering if you should. But it looks like you'll be actually spending in these 2 weeks lots of time thinking, you know, that you kind of need some answers. And most of the time you're going to be very independent. You're going to be dealing with different things and kind of like trying to tackle obstacles with sort of like writing down your tasks and what you want to do. So Taurus, I hope this was helpful. For your private reading, please contact me at www.cattarot.ca, because this is general, which means not everything could resonate. And lastly, yeah, please pre-order the annual Tauroscopes, and if you can help me, please subscribe and like. Thanks very much. You know that I love you, and your monthly is coming up soon. Bye.